Welcome to MSCTV. I like to think of these more as fireside chats, these lives. Or in the case today, since we're having um, a very English gathering, we have tea with us today. Hey Gerard, hey Colleen, welcome. Stephanie Stevenson is here too. So why don't I go ahead and invite Stephanie? Oh, she's figuring things out. I love it. Stephanie, I'm going to go ahead and invite you. All right, she should pop up any minute. Like magic. Oh, you look gorgeous. Hello.
Hi, darling. How are you?
I'm good. There are no rollers in your hair.
No, but they're here. I still have them. I took them out.
I love the royal Velcro secret there. Well, let me start by telling everybody. So we have Stephanie Stevenson here, who is a personal friend of mine, and I'm so glad you could join us. And thanks for staying up late. Hopefully you put a little whiskey in your tea. Stephanie is a salon owner, a royal expert, really a go-to from documentaries to magazines on the royals. And an entrepreneur and founder of Marie Claire Jet Style. And we'll get into that in a minute, exactly what jet style is when most of us are not able to jet around right now, what that is. So welcome to the show, Steph. And so happy you're here. So I'm just going to get right into it and say, I heard that you have a new little bundle of joy in your life, that you are a granny as of today or late last night.
Yeah, 10 to 6 last night. A beautiful little boy, 7 pounds 2 ounces, no name yet because they can't choose between their favorite names. So he's just baby Stevenson at the moment. But yeah, we're grandparents. I'm not ready for this.
And you were so, you were quintessential, fabulous, always so well put together. I'm jealous because I live my life in a black t-shirt. Um, I have a feeling you don't like to be called Granny.
Well, you know what, right? So this is the weird thing. Because you have the honor of being a grandparent, you don't mind the name because you want to be the grandparent. Like,
okay.
God, I worked hard for this title. My kids are in their 30s. I don't think I was ever going to get grandchildren, so I want this title. But we have another little boy in our lives, and some time ago we have lollipops in the freezer. We always have lollipops in the freezer. So he said, you are Lolly, and Uncle John is Pops. And you together you make lollipops. And
oh my God.
I know, bless him. And ever since then, he's called us Lolly and Pops. That's what he calls us. So it stayed, it stuck. So the new baby is now I'm Lolly and John's Pops. So together we make lollipops. And that's what we call.
And I saw a photo. This 1-year-old little baby is giving full lips, just like some babies, let's face it, not all newborn babies look amazing. Sorry if that offends anyone. We're born, it's painful, it's hard. You come out red. This is beautiful little baby.
He is very beautiful, and he is going to grow into his lips because his lips are amazing. It's like, amazing. Oh my God, look at his lips.
Amazing. Yeah. So let me just dig right in. We promised a very English interview. I have here my Puka English breakfast tea, and my Fortnum and Mason cup here. I'm ready for a little tea.
And I have my best teapot. So I don't bring this teapot out very often because this is just for best. When I have guests, I have this teapot.
Okay.
And I have my very favorite Lady Grey tea.
So I love
Earl Grey, but Lady Grey tea.
Lady Grey. I love it.
I also got a vodka and tonic just because we're going to have a drink together. And
you get it, girl.
I have a vodka.
It's 11 a.m. here. I'm thinking it's a bit early for a vodka, but if I only knew.
Do it, Michael. Do it.
Next time. next time. So
Right.
I want to dig right in and talk about, you know, we love the royals, right, in the United States. I don't know if people in England, UK realize we love them so much. And when the Queen came on yesterday, we were all just like glued to the television. And what the heck? She looks amazing. She has no wrinkles. Her eyes are clear. She looks better than her son. Sorry, Charlie. What is going on there? How does she look so amazing?
You know, so the thing about the Queen is she's so naturally beautiful. She is a
Yeah.
naturally, really, when she was a young girl, she was just beautiful. People didn't appreciate how beautiful she was. And her style, I mean, her style is very simple. So her hairdresser, the thing you have to know about Wills is that the NDAs are like 66 pages long. And it lasts for
So
your
there are
whole
things you can say and things you
yeah,
can't say.
no. And it lasts for your whole life. It's not
Got
like
it.
till you leave, or it's for your life. So, you know, her hairdresser is a guy called Ian Carmichael, and he's been her hairdresser for 20 years. And he's just the most humble, quiet guy. Like nobody knows about this guy. He does the Queen's hair, and he works in. I'm telling the world now. He works in a salon in the Dorchester Hotel, and he's a hairdresser in there. But it's not like being in celebrity land where you go around telling everybody, you know, I do so and so, and you make more money on it. It's not like that. It's a very different role, and these guys keep her looking the way she does, and her style is very simple. It's always very similar. Her hair's always exactly the same. So you don't age if you find a style very early on, and you stick with it, and you don't change your hairstyle, and you don't change your makeup look, and you don't change, actually you don't really age, because you look like that when you were 50. So it's just the same now when you're 90. And
It's like suspended animation.
yeah, they just look the same. Because, you know, we always have these questions about do they have Botox? No, of course not. The Queen's never had. Of course not. You know, she wouldn't even be into that. It's just she is who she is. And her lipstick last night, if anybody noticed, she had a new lipstick on last night, and it was fabulous. And it was a little trend to a bit more of a modern color, and you know, it was. And she has a fabulous dresser called Angela Kelly, who's been with her a long time. And Angela keeps her style, you know, exactly spot on. And she has little things like when the Queen has a new pair of shoes, they can't hurt her because she's going to be in them for hours. So Angela is the one who walks around in them for like a month, wearing them in before the Queen wears them. And then when the Queen wears them, they don't hurt. So
they're nice and comfy.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. I need someone to wear my shoes in for me every now and then. So there's a team of people behind these guys who keep them looking the way they do.
Okay. And so, yeah, I guess having a dresser, how much of the, like, we all love these movies, right, where it's like Queen Elizabeth or something being dressed. Is that still happening? Do they just, like, hold out their arms and you or someone is, like, fluffing the hair? And is that how it works?
I don't think she would have to stretch around her back to undo a zip, yeah? I think, you know, her ladies are, you know, or like spin her bra around to undo her clips, or no.
Cages.
There are people for that.
There are people. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So there's ladies in waiting. Yeah. You know, someone once.
Does all that still exist? Ladies in waiting? Is that a thing?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Of course.
I mean, I'm proving to be the dumb American. Okay, we love the Queen. Hail to the Queen, Kate, right? Because I know you know Kate, which gets me very excited. And Kate, I'm super excited because as the global creative director for Living Proof, we have a product that's a bestseller called 5-in-1. This isn't a plug of any kind, but it is to say that in development of that product, we look to Kate for that beautiful, bouncy volume with that perfect, sleek, polished finish. For our 5-in-1 styler and PhD, we looked to Kate. We were obsessed with her, like she was our pop star. So, like, let's talk about Kate and how, like, effortlessly gorgeous she is and her style.
It's like Kate was made in a laboratory because she's just so perfect.
Yeah.
And perfect in shape and perfect in weight and perfect in height and perfect in herself and perfect in her hair.
Because she's
And
not anorexic, right? She's a real girl. She's like
really healthy.
perfect.
That's
Yeah,
healthy. You know, when
healthy.
most of the world are overweight, somebody who's very healthy and the perfect size, we think is anorexic because they're
Yeah,
so skinny, but she's very fit and healthy. And her she epitomizes pure class.
yeah,
And so if you want to epitomize pure class, it's an understated glamour. It's
right.
not an out there, you know, with the hair and da 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 da, but it's beautifully polished. And the thing about even the very, very, very A class or a very, very, very top of the pile is that the polish is what's so the finish. It's that
Yeah,
polished hair, polished skin, the polished clothing. It's the attention to detail that makes them look something special. It's
yeah,
that extra, isn't it? That you can't define it. It's just extra.
yeah.
It's just,
And
yeah.
and she
Make,
never looks uncomfortable to me. Like I've seen, you know, if I think of back in the day, Royal, they looked a bit like I'm supposed to look this way, but she always looks really comfortable too. Okay, so now that gets me to Megan. What do you think of Megan's style, and what do you know or maybe have heard about the struggles for her in because I know she's Canadian, but she's very American. She's a Hollywood star. Like that can't be easy to just like okay, yes, you're a princess now, but like are there rules? Are there things
yeah.
she can and
And
can't
yeah,
do or
there are rules to the extent that there is a certain shade of tights or stockings that you can wear. And you can
okay.
only wear your like nude shoes, and you can only wear a heel of this height, and you can only wear your dress at that length. And there are, you know, etiquette dictates. And I think for somebody like Megan, that was quite difficult because she's a sexy, you know, strong, independent girl who's suddenly being told how to dress and, you know, what length it is. So yeah, of course, that her whole style had to change to fit our royal etiquette
Yeah.
limitations. And yeah, and I don't think there was the competition between the girls. They don't need to. I think the media hyped that up.
Yeah.
I genuinely think they hoped there would be a friendship there because they could, you know, be together in this gang world that they live in.
Yeah.
But I think the hype was created around competitiveness. And it annoys me so much when, you know, you and I work with loads of women all over the world. And from a woman's point of view, I want to champion other women. I'm not in competition with other
Oh,
women.
thank you.
You know, the reason I do my job is because I love making other women look amazing. That's my job. I want you
Right.
to look amazing. Nobody wants you to look more amazing than me. So to pitch them against each other is just wrong.
Sad.
Yeah,
It's
it's
sad.
really sad. And I don't think it was like that. I think it's wrong.
And we didn't just so you know, we got all the fairy tale for Meghan and Harry and we're obsessed with them, but we didn't really get that from the UK. So fortunately, we weren't the two of them hating on each other. So that's good. So, and also for those of you who are watching live, if you have any questions, just make sure you tap the question box or you can put it in. We have people watching too. If there's anything you want to ask about royals from our royal person here, who signed how many pages is your non-disclosure?
I'm not even talking about it. I
Okay.
want to die.
So, so I'm just going to ask you very generally, you know, I remember when they drove off and she was in that perfect dress and the little car at the wedding and they went to the after party and I just thought she would live there forever. And I thought they would live there forever and like first Canada, now US perhaps. Um, in your opinion, why did they leave? What's going on there, would you say?
I don't think we'll ever know the truth. I think one day in history, it will become
Yeah.
apparent. I think there is a reason. I think it's, you know, right now it's not. If they wanted the public to know, they would have told us. I think it will come out later on. I
Mm-hmm.
think I think, I know I met my husband very young. I was 15 when I met my husband. And everybody said, well, you're too young, you're too young, you're too young. And when
Yeah.
people are telling you something's not right, all it does is drive you together more. And you become you and that person against. So I think what everybody did was drove Meghan and Harry closer together, so they became a stronger couple, and it became Meghan and Harry against everybody else. And actually, all they've really done is handed their notice in on a job that they don't really want to do anymore, and they're going to take a new role for themselves. There's also something to be said about the fact that William and Kate must come first. He is our king, and she will be our queen. And so we don't want anything to detract from them as the main couple. Okay. And so when you have Meghan and Harry having more pages in the paper, more front pages, more fascination, you know, there's something to be said about that as well, that has to be managed, and that's not looking good. What I'm really sad about is the amount of hate that Meghan was getting, and I don't share in that, but many people really don't like her, and they think he's made a really big mistake. And only time will tell. Only time will tell.
Well, we're rooting for them as Americans.
Yeah,
just
I'm rooting for them.
We just oozed with happipiness, and we have nothing like that, right? I mean, we're American. We're the Boston Tea Party. We're like, you know, we're independent.
You win.
But
you win. No, I think we've lost them, and you're gonna win. And I think it's a gain. And I think I'm sad. But hey,
we adore them. So now tell me, I hear, you know, I've yet to be, so it will take an invite next time I'm in the UK. And it's hard to believe I was there 3 weeks ago. I was in London. And hello to all my friends in the United Kingdom. I'd like to talk about your salon, because I hear there are some very interesting things. Did I hear you have a butler at your salon?
Yes.
Of course, because people have a butler at their salon.
So yes, his name's
Please
Michael.
Explain.
His name's Michael, and if you come to our salon, then he will greet you, and he's dressed up like, you know, with a top hat and the whole caboodle, and the coat and da. And he will pick you up from the station. He will drive your car for you. He'll park your car for you. And it's nice for customers to be greeted. But what you guys have to kind of get is that I'm a great believer in, you have to change the narrative around something if you don't want to be the same as everybody else. So if you're a business or a hairdresser or whatever you're doing, you've got to stand out from the crowd. You have to stand out, because otherwise you just blend into the noise, and you'll blend in with everybody else's noise. So at that time, he's been with us now for 12 years. So at that time, everybody else was advertising in the local magazines and things like that. And the money that it was costing to advertise in these magazines that people just flick through, they're not even connecting and looking at it, is paying this guy's salary to stand on the door all day and greet people. And the whole place was talking about him. So in terms of a marketing exercise, he put our place on the map. And the next thing, we had TV cameras down, and we had people stopping and having their photograph taken with him.
I love it.
He became like a little local celebrity. So actually, there was method in the madness. There's a business reason behind putting someone like Michael on the door. He's like the biggest marketing piece ever. So yeah, it's successful. We have
Author is asking us, do you know Victoria Beckham? She's a bit royal in her own right, right?
So Victoria Beckham defected, and she uses now Ken Pavis. Do you call him Pavis or Paves? We call him
Pavis. Yeah, I know Ken.
Yeah. So she's taken on an American hairdresser, like.
And shout out to Ben Cook. Ben Cook, who now does QVC for Living Proof. Hey, Ben Cook, because I know Ben Cook did that Beckham bob.
Yeah.
Did the color. So.
Yeah. And now
they locked on ego.
Yeah. So I think we all have like a time. We're fashionable for a time, and then someone else comes along. Yeah.
Well, that's our quest to stay at the
Yeah, so
top
you
of
and
that.
me, we'll just keep doing lives and make sure we
So
can
we talked
retain
about your
work.
fabulous butler. I know he like picks up clients and brings them to the salon. Like it's a very exclusive experience, and I think that's nice for you to stand out, right? Because
I love
every
that.
salon, like I find, English salons is like the holy grail. The amount of experience they have, and you have to go to proper art school, and you have to learn so many things beyond just anatomy and hair cutting. So I have the utmost respect. And speaking of respecting English hairdressers, I hear you have 50 people on staff, and I thought just, because of the situation, how how are you all staying connected? What are some things that are going on with your staff to keep you connected? Because I know it's an automatic furlough and so forth. What are you doing to stay connected?
So interestingly, we have two teams now because we have the main team that's where the butler is, where Michael is. So we have
Okay.
those
Okay.
guys, HMB. And then we have this brand new team that we had just taken from the new jet style salons in London who, haven't even really broken ice together yet. So last week we did this thing called House Party. I don't know if you guys have that in the States. It's an app where you can all join together.
Oh, I did just join it.
Yeah, House Party. Yeah. So
Thank you,
last
Colleen.
week we did House Party, but you're only allowed to have 6 at a time. And
Okay.
the guys actually, they're just a little great hair family, and they like to connect with each other more than me. Actually, sometimes I think I'm a bit intruding on their like
Yeah.
chapter. So today we did Zoom, and actually Zoom was great because we could all see each other. And we're doing that every week. And at the moment we're doing it on Mondays. But we all decided that maybe if we needed to do it more, we'll do it more. We'll feel our way through this process
Yeah.
and be open to change all the way through. So constantly be looking to whatever we need to change. But we need to keep connecting. We're brainstorming, and it's fun because we're brainstorming without hair tools, particularly without customers,
Yeah.
without what are we selling here? Like everyone's like, the salon's closed, so what are we going to say? We haven't done any hair.
Yeah.
Nobody can post picture after picture of the back of the head anymore because we haven't done any. So
Unless you got a mannequin.
yeah,
Hey, Arthur
yeah,
just
yeah.
asked. He's got a lot of good questions today. He wants to know how can he maintain his blonde hair? I mean, nobody can get to their hairdresser. I know this is a polarizing subject, and there are people, on both sides of it. I will stand in the neutral zone. Do you have any advice for someone asking, how do I maintain my blonde hair? Because that's, if you're not naturally blonde and you're blonde, what do you recommend? It's
You
going to be
can't.
till June. What do they do?
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't maintain your color unless you're going to bleach your hair. You can't do it. It's impossible. You're going to have dark roots
Yeah.
unless you're going to bleach it yourself, which nobody really wants anybody to do that. So what we've
What
been
about,
saying,
should they do the, sorry to interrupt, should they do the Dua Lipa thing? Because like, as in her latest video, she did a televised Zoom call performance here, for Corbin, who's a fellow Englishman. Is that the answer? Is to make dark roots fashionable?
yes,
Is that?
yes. So for me, I would move the parting. I would zigzag the parting. I would have more of a grungy look. And
Yeah.
maybe it would be easier to, if you were going to do anything, it would be easier to put like a little semi-permanent on the blonde and dull the blonde a little bit than try
Yeah.
and do the roots, you could mess with the style a little bit. So deep partings, or partings that come from the edge of the eyebrow here right up through there,
Yeah.
and make sure that you can just close that root a little bit, because the reality is we can't color your hair. We can't get that dark up. And there's going to be disasters that we're going to have to deal with when we all get back to the salon.
Yeah, we're going to be correcting those colors.
Yeah. And I mean, this today, I was really glad to meet you today, because this is the first day I've dressed up in 2 weeks, because I haven't been going anywhere. So like at the end of the day, no one's going to see us. We're going to have to let our roots come through.
Yeah.
Just embrace being dirty. We're calling it dirty roots. And we
Dirty
think
roots.
it's very
And
sexy. Do you remember Blondie? Do you remember
of
Blondie? Debbie
course,
Harry? Yeah.
Deborah Harry. Hello,
So
love.
how sexy was Debbie Harry with dirty black grown out roots? It looked, you know, we
I
loved
loved
it.
it. Loved it.
Madonna
And I
did it
love it
for
on
her.
Dua Lipa. And so I think it's an amazing thing. Another quick tip, if you are trying to disguise those roots, if you do a little topage or
Yeah,
backcombing
yeah,
and
yeah.
then part and move it around, it's like a balayage, folks. It's like pushing blonder hair into the dark hair. So play with
Yeah,
that a little bit. And
right?
my next tip of the day for that is if you gel your roots, right? If you do that like Kim Kardashian gelled root editorial thing and then pull it into a slick pony, nobody can see the roots. Like nobody even knows they're there. So the gel makes it look darker. My last question for you is like, because I've thought for years, why has nobody done this? Marie Claire Jet Style. You actually have salons in Heathrow Airport. Is that correct?
Yeah, so we're opening salons in 185 global airports. Yeah, because there wasn't any really decent luxury salons in travel locations. But there's a lot of people that are traveling, including 88,000 air stewardesses who need to get their hair done, who are traveling
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot. So yeah,
right.
so we're opening those. And then we have a range of products that go alongside, which we have launched in America, but we haven't launched in the UK yet. So you guys are ahead of us on that. Yeah.
And I know one of the things you launched, which is a Marie Claire brand, but you did it yourself. There are extensions that are free of sort of the pitfalls like of being human hair, but they perform better than human hair. I know you were on QVC. Congratulations. I watched your first American show as a QVC guy myself. Um, so you have extensions as well that are part of that
Yeah, so
brand.
they're enhancers. So they're not extensions in the sense that they create length. They're only 10-inch, 12-inch, and 14-inch. But
Okay.
certainly now, okay, so if you wanted to disguise roots, you could get a blonde enhancer and put that in there and lift your root from underneath, things like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And yeah, they sold out. Like, because I think women want volume really more than they want length these
yeah,
days. They want that little bit of zhuzh and that little bit of extra. And
yeah. Sexy.
stylists, yeah, stylists want to be able to upsell now. We need to be able to do more in the chair. And so you can show your clients how to use these. So they've had a phenomenal success. And
Uh,
when the next stage comes, I think they're going to be really successful. Yeah, they're great. Love them.
so like to dish a little on QVC, I've done QVC in US. We do it all the time. It goes amazing. And I love it. I did it in the UK and I literally felt like, no offense to them, I felt like everybody was so relaxed and everybody, they were already like social distancing. It was like I'm 6 feet away from the host and it's like, yeah, this is a nice shampoo. Try this shampoo. Yes, it's wonderful. And you get to QVC America and it's like, bah, 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 bah. I mean, was it the same for you? Because I know you've been experienced at QVC UK. For me, I went there and I was like, oh my God, this is so mellow compared to it's like Oprah Winfrey when you're in America.
When I went to America, I thought I was on the morning show or something. I was on the Today Show. Like, everyone's famous there. And it was like, this is like Hollywood. Like, they gave me a dressing room and there were lights around the mirror and there were people showing me around. And then the presenters were just perfect and beautiful and
Yeah.
groomed. Yeah, no, it's on another level. It's like a city, and actually, it's great because you have to up your game. So either you're going to
Yeah.
up your game or you're going to go home because they're not going to keep you if you don't up your game. End of.
Yeah. At
And
all.
they take no prisoners. Like you sell out, or you sell this, or you don't get more airtime. That's that.
Well,
Yeah.
and congratulations on selling
Thank
out.
you, thank you,
It's
thank
an
you.
interesting statement.
But you know
So,
why I sold out? Because I was so scared that I
yeah.
didn't even really know what I was saying. So I was just going, and then somebody went, "You sold out." I was like, "Oh, great, thanks."
Great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And we'll check you out next time you're on QVC. So I like to end every show with a little fun called This or That.
All right.
And so I'm going to give you options and you're going to choose one of them, okay?
I'm nervous. Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, go. Need my body. Yeah,
Okay.
go.
Tea or coffee?
Oh, tea.
Tea. Okay. Because we've got our tea. Biscuits or cookies?
Cookies.
Oh, yeah. We like cookies here.
Yeah.
Shears or razor?
Oh, I love both.
Me too.
Razor.
Choose.
Razor.
Razor?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Beach or mountains?
Oh, the beach. Beach.
Beach? I know. I mean, horses or dogs?
Dogs.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Okay. We can be friends. Knackered or tired?
Knackered. Totally knackered.
By the way, Andrew says hi to you.
Hi.
Knickers.
These people, because I haven't got my glasses on. So.
I can't see ever. Knickers or trousers? Knickers.
You mean trousers without knickers? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean?
Well, you have to choose one. So which are you going to leave the house without?
In England, we have trousers and we have our knickers, and we put our knickers on under our trousers. So you wouldn't have trousers or knickers because otherwise you'd have trousers without your knickers on. You messing me about?
I often wear trousers without my knickers. I'm going to need an answer, please.
Trousers.
Trousers. Good. Friend or mate? Friend. Lipstick or lip gloss?
Oh, lipstick.
Books or magazines?
Books.
Theater or Netflix?
Netflix.
Blow dry or air dry?
Blow dry.
Botox or natural?
Botox. Oh my God.
I think I know the answer to this one. Fillers or facials?
Fillers.
Permanent or semi-permanent?
Permanent.
And finally, last but not least, and I know it will be difficult, Kate or Megan?
Oh, Michael.
I'll let you choose both.
Kate.
Okay, so she did it.
Kate.
I love them both. And I love you, honey. This has been the best interview ever. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Like, this was really, really fun.
I love you.
And thank you to everyone who joined us today. We're going to be reposting this. This will be on #MSC.com on YouTube. I'm sure Stephanie will have a version of it as well. And we'll put it up on MSCTV on Instagram as well. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. I love you millions.
Beautiful.
Love
you so much. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.
See you. Lots
Bye.
of love. Bye.